Hello, everyone. Welcome to Inconvenient Truths. I'm your host, Jennifer Zheng. Not long ago, the FBI discovered a terrifying biolab in Las Vegas. It contained over 1,000 unknown chemical substances. This lab is owned by the same person who ran an illegal biolab found in California more than 2 years ago. That person clearly comes from a family highly favored by the Chinese Communist Party. Today, I will share some exclusive evidence I have uncovered. First, let's briefly review how the FBI raided this lab in Las Vegas. On January 31st, FBI agents stormed into a normal home's garage not far from the Las Vegas casino strip. They then shocked them before entering. They wore protective suits. They carefully used a tiny camera to check inside first, fearing something dangerous behind the door. When they found what they found was terrifying. The garage held over 1,000 biological samples. Locked refrigerators contained test tubes with unknown liquids, high-speed centrifuges, and gallons of unknown chemicals. The most frightening part, the labels on those test tubes included HIV, COVID, tuberculosis, malaria, and even Ebola, the virus called humanity's curse and one of the deadliest in history. Experts say Ebola is a top-level biosafety virus. It has a very high death rate and no specific cure yet. If these samples leak or are spread on purpose, the terrifying scene from the Hollywood movie Outbreak could happen in real life. In 2003,
horrific scene in suburban California. An illegal biolab, reportedly backed by communist China, has been...
An infamous illegal lab was also discovered in California. It shocked the whole country. The lab was hidden in an abandoned building disguised as a warehouse. Authorities found thousands of biological test tubes. Many were labeled with various infectious disease pathogens. Some even used mysterious codes. Even worse, there were 1,000 genetically modified mice. These were not ordinary lab mice. They were engineered to catch, carry, and spread the COVID virus. In other words, some were secretly raising virus mouse. Someone was secretly raising virus mice inside the United States. They also found a refrigerator labeled Ebola. The owner of that lab was a Chinese national named Zhu Jiabei. This person, also known as David He. He was arrested and remains in jail. However, the owner of the recent discovered illegal lab in Las Vegas is also Zhu Jiabei, or Jiabei Zhu. Since Zhu has been in prison for over 2 years, who exactly is operating this Las Vegas lab? Furthermore, how many similar undiscovered laboratories still exist across the United States? Many facts about Jiabei Zhu were revealed in the report by the U.S. House Selective Committee on the Chinese Communist Party. Jiabei Zhu was born in China in 1961. He graduated from Beijing Union Medical College with a master's degree in cell biology. In 1992, he founded International New Tech Development Company. In the early 2000s, he served as vice chairman of Henan Pioneer Aid Biological Engineering Company Limited, a state-controlled Chinese company involved in bioengineering and military civil fusion projects. He was also chairman and general manager of 8 Modern Castle Industry China Company. Its shareholders included Chinese state entities and individuals on the U.S. Entity List. The company is a major shareholder of 11 Chinese livestock firms focused on dairy cow breeding. Later, Zhu moved to Canada and started several companies. There, he stole U.S. intellectual property and transferred technology to Chinese firms. He was sentenced to 6 months in jail and fined to $8.5 million US dollars, but he did not serve time. In 2015, he fled Canada. In 2016, a Canadian court ordered him to pay $270 million US in damages. After leaving Canada, Zhu entered the U.S. with a fake passport under the name David He continued illegal activities. He produced and sold fake COVID-19 pregnancy and drug test kits. He was involved in the illegal transport of infectious disease pathogens. He imported materials from Chinese affiliate companies and received over $1.3 million US dollars in unknown funds from Chinese banks. This is just what is known. There may be much more. His company network reaches the British Virgin Islands, Cayman Islands, and Uruguay. He used share companies and nominees to hide ownership. These are facts already uncovered by the U.S. House Selective Committee on the Chinese Communist Party. But what the mainstream media has not reported are these. Zhu comes from a family of CCP elites. His father, Zhu Zhongxiang, was a direct professor at the Institute of Biophysics, Chinese Academy of Sciences, and a lifetime professor at the China Academy of Management Sciences. Major Chinese media like CCTV, China Central TV, People's Daily, and others covered him for nearly 20 years. A biography of Zhu Zhongxiang is sold on Amazon by the official Xinhua bookstore. An article by a Mao-worshipping group called Red Sun Society is titled Fulfilling Chairman Mao's Instructions, Deep Mourning for Mr. Zhu Zhongxiang. By the way, Zhu Zhongxiang was born in 1923 and died in 2023 at age 100. In 2011, CCTV, China's top propaganda outlet, made a 45-minute TV special on Zhu Zhongxiang, Zhu's father, and his mother, Zhu Pengdi was a professor at the Institute of Science and Technological under China's National Family Planning Commission, now part of the National Health Commission. She received special funds from the Ministry of Science and Technology and served as an editor for the textbook Chinese Obstetrics and Gynecology. She also owned multiple companies like Beijing and Lanzhou Blue Cross Biopharmaceutical and Beijing and Aide Embryo Company. How do they know Jia Beizhu is their son? A book. This is Zhu Jiabei's mother, Zhu Pengdi. So a book by the same author as Zhu Zongxiang's biography mentioned in 1961, Zhu Zongxiang and Zhu Pengdi had their second son named Zhu Jiabei. This confirms Zhu Jiabei comes from what the CCP calls a red-rooted family of official Chinese CCP scientists. While we discuss this, let's replay the remaining video from the California lab. In my view, such biolabs have two possible purposes. One is legitimate scientific research to benefit humanity, like developing drugs or vaccines. The other is to create biological weapons that can harm people. Which type are Zhu's labs? Clearly not the first. If it were for illegal research, why hide it? Why did he use a fake passport to enter the US? Why did he steal US technology in Canada, get convicted, then escape and build a new network in America? I believe all this would be hard to achieve without the CCP's help. The CCP openly talks about unrestricted warfare against enemies. Former Chinese Defense Minister Chi Haotian said in an internal speech to use extraordinary means to clear out America. He mentioned non-destructive mass-killing weapons, hinting at bioweapons to wipe out the American population. The goal, keep U.S. land intact for Chinese colonization, not destroy it with nuclear war. For unrestricted warfare against America, setting up labs inside the U.S. that can release viruses quickly is easiest. If conflict happens between the CCP and the US, releasing a few mice or sending express packages could secretly spread deadly viruses. If the virus comes from an ordinary US residency, it would cause huge chaos and suspicion inside America. Also, where the 1,000 genetically modified mice in the California lab testing virus spread efficiency against specific ethnic groups or environment. Actually, in 2021, I interviewed a whistleblower. He said a Wuhan Institute of Virology researcher named Shan Chao told him COVID was a man-made bioweapon by the CCP. Shan Chao's team selected one coronavirus from 4 engineered ones that could infect the most species. They tested on genetically modified mice with human ACE2 receptors, ferrets, and monkeys. I will put a link to that interview below this video for viewers who have not seen it. Recent reports say that the samples from the Las Vegas Biolab have all been sent for testing. We are still waiting for the final results. Local police complain they do not get enough support from the US CDC. Here I want to point out again, Jia Beizhu was arrested over 2 years ago for the California lab, yet his illegal labs kept running. If a cleaner had not gotten sick after cleaning and reported it, we might not have found this Las Vegas lab today. How many more such labs exist in America? What terrible viruses are hidden in them? The CCP is using all of China's resources to secretly research and deploy unrestricted warfare against America. But America may take a long time even to figure out what those 1,000 plus samples really are. Even more alarming, the Las Vegas lab is very close to Nellis Air Force Base, less than 2 miles in a straight line. The California lab was only 19 miles from Fresno Air National Guard Base, a 30-minute drive. Look at the map. Bottom right is the lab. Top left is the base. Both labs are near U.S. military sites. Is this just coincidence? Are they targeting U.S. Air Force as potential victims? How many more unknown invisible labs exist in America? Thinking about this is chilling. The CCP is using national power for unrestricted warfare against America. America is clearly underprepared. That is why I made this episode today. I hope more people pay attention to this issue, push America to fix regulatory gaps quickly, and find stronger ways to counter the CCP's no limits, unrestricted warfare. Well, that's all for today. Please share this video, subscribe to my channel, follow me on X, or visit my website at jenniferzengblog.com to become a member or make a donation. This is a crazy and fast-changing world, and I will do my best to bring you the latest information and analysis that official media will not cover. Thank you. See you next time.